Anne Frank, Life, The World Outside. Throughout the years, Anne Frank and her diary have left their mark upon the world, as they have touched the lives of millions. She has become a role model for teenagers everywhere and a symbol of hope and tolerance. Intolerance is a concept that has been present throughout history and still is present today. Intolerance comes in many forms: racial intolerance, ethnic intolerance, religious intolerance, and so on. Throughout the past, people have been prejudiced and unwilling to accept the beliefs of others. In 1095, the Crusades began. The Crusades are a great example of conflict started by religious intolerance. In 1553, Mary I became queen, and during her reign she executed Protestants, earning her the name Bloody Mary. In 1619, slavery was established in America. This is a prime example of racial intolerance and injustice. One of the most well-known acts of religious intolerance of all time was the Holocaust. The Holocaust was one of the most tragic events in history. In 1933, Europe had a standing population of somewhere around 9 million Jews. By 1945, the Germans had killed about 2 out of every 3 Jews. If you do the math, you will realize that this equals the persecution and murder of 6 million European Jews. Not too long into the Nazis' control of the government, concentration camps were established. Jews and any other victims who had different ethnic and racial backgrounds were sent to these camps. Concentration camps were built predominantly for mass murder. The Holocaust was a time of genocide and dehumanization. One of the most well-known victims of the Holocaust was Anne Frank. Anne Frank was a German Jewish teenager who, along with her family, was forced into hiding during World War II. The Frank family hid in a secret room located above Anne's father's office in Amsterdam. For her 13th birthday, Anne received a red and white diary. This diary became a priceless first-hand account of the Holocaust. Her touching words managed to emanate a sense of hope and Anne's eternal optimism. Anne always seemed to see a good light at the end of the tunnel. Unfortunately, there wasn't really one. She was only 15 when she was captured and taken to a concentration camp. She was spared to death by the gas chambers but died of typhus only weeks before the end of the war. Frank has become a leader and a role model for children and teenagers everywhere. She is an impressive representation of multiple leadership qualities. Anne encountered and persevered through unspeakable hardships and experiences. She leads kids in understanding the importance of staying strong, hopeful, and positive through dark times in their lives. Throughout the war, she tried to believe there was a happy ending still to come. She proved that despite her young age, she had a voice, and a powerful one too. Anne believed that everyone, no matter who they were, could make a difference. She is a leader of inspiration, perseverance, hope, and confidence for youth. She has led children and teens to become leaders themselves. Anne Frank has globally touched millions with her story and diary. There are many facets of Anne Frank's legacy. One of the most important aspects of it is tolerance. Anne Frank promoted peace and tolerance through her diary. Outside of Amsterdam, the most inclusive and foremost Anne Frank exhibit can be found at the Museum of Tolerance. By providing a personal account of the Holocaust from the perspective of a young girl, she emphasizes how crucial it is to accept those who are different from us. She believed that everyone had goodness inside of them, no matter what they had done. When her diary was published by her father, Otto Frank, the only member of the Frank family who survived the Holocaust, it provided the world a way to understand the tarnished dreams of children and the overall pain and suffering of other Holocaust victims and victims of war in general. For 70 years, the Anne Frank House has welcomed over 1 million visitors. 30 million copies of the Diary of Anne Frank have been sold, and it has been translated into over 75 languages. Anne always wanted her memory to live on after she was dead, but I doubt she expected such a monumental legacy to be left behind her. She teaches us to appreciate every detail in life. I hope you take that to heart along with all the other remarkable lessons you can learn from the leadership and legacy of Anne Frank.